The National Association of Women's Organizations holds a symposium on female genital mutilation in the Karamoja region. The National Association of Women's Organizations held a symposium meeting with various stakeholders, including government representatives, district leaders, and counselors, to discuss progress made towards eliminating female genital mutilation in the Karamoja region.
If we are to handle this, we cannot say that we are handling it as Uganda, when in Kenya it's a problem, maybe in Tanzania or maybe Somalia, it's the same problem. So let's raise it up to the East African community and come up with a strategy that will help us as a community. Otherwise, people will just cross over to the next country, do it, and come back and settle and be happy.
If it hurts my sister in Amudat, it hurts me. When I think about her being cut, I think about myself being cut, and I can't bring myself to it.
I remember one time we arrested 5 girls from Amudat. Actually, they took them to Camp Ringiza. Later on, some people went, they went and actually bailed them out. They were comparing that, the FGM law, and then the child's right. So I want also us to be very careful on that. Let's try to compare what does the child right says, and then what does the law, the section that we are going to remove says. I think that is something. And then I think when we are here, let's stop these issues of blame game, that this community is doing this community is doing that. All what has brought here is to fight FGM.
We want to see that we have messages. Actually, we want to ensure that this guideline, the fact that it is a draft zero document, we want to ensure that it is approved and disseminated to these districts so that the health workers clearly have a guidance to manage these survivors. But also want to come up with clear messages based on the complications, health complications. During birth, you know what happens? When they tell you, when actually the health workers were talking about what they went through, what they go through when they are managing FGM survivors, it's really hell. So if we can get these messages and we take them out in the communities and show them this is the actual problem, this is what your women are going through, and bring men on board, because basically this is about men. It's about men. Women are, it's GBV.
Key highlights. The symposium aimed to track progress and find solutions to overcome female genital mutilation in the region.
I think it is high time that government looks into all the cultures so that all those bad aspects in various cultures should be picked out.
The law will support, but as long as they can sneak and cross the border, we can make as many laws as we want, and we still be properly the same. Thank you.
I work for NAWOU as a professor based in Amudat. NAWOU organized for a symposium that include all different stakeholders. The purpose of this symposium was to sit down as stakeholders and forge a way forward on what we can do in addressing the persistent practice of FGM and other bad cultural practices that are taking place in Karamoja. And it's in Amudat, Moto, and the meeting itself was a very fruitful one.
Called on all Ugandans to unite in the fight against female genital mutilation.
FGM is a practice that needs a multi-sectoral approach, meaning everyone is so key, or everyone's role plays a lot in intervening in this matter. So I am calling upon every stakeholder, regardless of which office you're handling, to come up together.
What we've come up with is one, adding more stronger avenues to stop FGM in the act that was done in 2005, 2010, yes, 2010. Then number 2, we've decided that we are going to go to a regional level. We take this issue to East African Parliament so that it's discussed, this law is discussed, and make sure that one law enacted that can implement these FGM issues in Kenya, Tanzania, Uganda, Rwanda, and other countries that are along the East African region.